But look, we started off with Kevin talking about Liverpool. We're going to have to talk about Liverpool with you as well, if you don't mind. They are currently running away with it, really, in both competitions that they're in terms of Premier League and Champions League. It's been a phenomenal start for Arne Slot. No manager, in fact, in Premier League history has reached 10 wins in fewer matches than what Arne Slot has achieved in his career at Liverpool. Before we get your thoughts, let's hear from the Liverpool defender Andrew Robertson, who has joined many in praising Slot's start to the season, revealing the positive response from the players.
Yeah, look, I think the manager and the coaches that came in have been, a breath of fresh air. I think they've came in with their ideas, their new, there's a lot of new staff and things like that. And I think, credit to the players. I think we've all bought into it. I think we've all really enjoyed it. And look, obviously results help that. Results help breed confidence within, the coaches, within the players. And I think that's one of the key reasons. But also the amount of work we do on the training pitch, the amount of meetings we have, how many hours the manager and the coaches put in is incredible, and they make sure that we're the best prepared possible for every single game, and it's up to us to then go out and try and play our best for them. And I think more often than not this season we've done that, and hopefully that can continue. But the manager and the coaches since they've came in have been fantastic. I think everyone's enjoyed working with them, and hopefully that can continue.
Okay, so that's what Andrew Robertson had to say. I mean, it's interesting with Arne Slot and what's happened with Liverpool. Speaking to Kevin earlier, he was saying, he was given a great squad to work with because that's what Jurgen Klopp left him with. But he's still got to come in and get the results. It's all, you can have a brilliant squad on paper, but they've got to gel. Everything's got to work how the manager wants it to work.
Yeah.
Yet it has pretty much been flawless, bar that Nottingham Forest defeat.
Well, I was with them in pre-season America because I'm an ambassador for them, so I go around with the team, mainly doing obviously the sponsors work and stuff. But in America, I was speaking to the players, and Andy Robertson's right. They've bought into what he wants to do, and it's different to Jurgen Klopp. So therefore, it's the character of the players, because we saw when Alex Ferguson left Manchester United, it's the same players. When Arsene Wenger, the players will always drop a level when an iconic manager leaves, because if the question is, who are we going to boo if we lose? And as long as the answer is we're going to boo the manager rather than the players subconsciously absolve themselves of responsibility. And we've seen it with teams in the past where the same team, a new manager comes in, but the biggest testament to what Jurgen Klopp has done is the character of the players that he's left behind, which means that they bought into what Arne Slot wants. Now, if you look at the way we play, out of possession, still high press, lots of intensity. In possession, we're much more considered. So if you're looking at Curtis Jones and Gravenberch, for example, they would never have necessarily played under Jurgen Klopp. He wanted the James Milner and the Henderson, whereas it's a much more technical team. And they've done so much work, as he said, off the pitch, having meetings. And the players really have bought into what he wants. Now, it's really, I won't say the demise. I expected Liverpool, after seeing them in pre-season, to be consistent, which is what they have been. Obviously, it's Southampton Man City, which is the surprise. But Liverpool have been fantastic.
Yeah. And John, what would you make of, because we've been players and we've had colleagues of ours who, get a move, a big move. We had big moves as players. The Trent, the Van Dijk, and obviously you're looking at, who's the other one? The Salah. These players are in a bit of limbo, but he seems really comfortable with where they are. And the club, he's not getting involved in embroiled in any problems with them three players. It's, yeah, we're doing well, we're okay.
Well, you have to be, whatever you're in control of, you have to handle. And of course, we had a situation with Mane, with Firmino, with Wijnaldum, a similar thing. And all you demand is, while you're here, you give 100%. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know whether Salah or Van Dijk's going to stay. But while you are here, you give 100%. Fans have to understand it's a different time now, because of course we would love people to stay. We'd love Salah to stay, but it really depends on the negotiation. I don't know what he wants, but if he wants a 3-year contract on whatever it is, we know he's not going to be improving, and of course he may last for another year or two, but in the third year maybe not. We don't know. So the club will do everything it can to keep all of them.
But there is a line. There has to be a line.
There's a line for everyone, for everybody. And of course we've seen it in the past when players have gone, but the thing about it is that they have replaced them, and more to do with the character of the players. But as I said, as long as while they're here to the last minute they give 100%, then that's all you can ask from a football fan's perspective. So I always say to the fans, support the club if you trust the club. Yes, you support the players, but players will come and players will go. They have done in the past. And you have to trust the club enough to know that they're doing everything they can to keep them in this untenable situation in football now, whereby you have clubs who are willing to pay whatever they and give you whatever contracts you have. We've seen the situation at Chelsea, as much as that's kind of like turning around a bit now. And the fans shouldn't be holding club to ransom and be disrespectful to the club if a player leaves.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit like you've said all along about
Well,
100% thing, but you want a player to be there because they want to be
The club
there.
I support, the first thing is, as what I say all the time, is that you have to want to play for the club I support. If you don't want to be there, I don't care who it is. Kevin Keegan left, went to Hamburg, Kenny Dalglish came in.
Yeah.
You had Torres, he left, and Suarez came in.
Yeah.
Great players always come to big clubs anyway.
Yeah. And great players always leave big clubs at times, particularly this day and age.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, and I keep reiterating this, but it's the most important thing, as we saw right at the last minute with Firmino, Mane, Wijnaldum, while you're there, because we've seen other clubs whereby players have come into their last year and they've down tools and they've not tried and they've upset the apple cart and they've not turned up for training, whereas no Liverpool players done that, and that's all you can ask.
Yeah.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.